Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Hisam Academy, with your mentor, Sumbul Rizvi. In today's video, we are going to dive into a skill that plays very huge and important role in both personal and professional lives. Yes, that is effective communication. Whether you are talking to your colleague, to your co-worker, to your boss, or to your friend, or to anyone, the way you communicate can make all the difference in how your message is understood and how strong your relationships are. In today's video, I'm going to provide you some easy and practical tips and techniques to help you improve your communication skills, build confidence, and connect better with people. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through some important and some easy strategies that can actually help you to make your conversation more impactful and more meaningful. So if you want to become effective communicator, so stay tuned and let's get started. Because this topic is usually a bit lengthy than the other topics, so that's why I have decided that I'm going to divide this topic into two segments. Today we are going to have our part number 1 on how to improve your communication skills, and very soon inshallah ta'ala I'll upload part number 2 as well. Tip number 1. First of all, you need to understand that what is stopping you to communicate better with people. And there could be many reasons for that. So let's discuss them. Number 1. Stress and out of control emotions. Like when you are stressed out, exhausted or overwhelmed and then you communicate with the people, so you might have observed this thing that you misread people. You actually do not understand that what the other person is talking about or what they are actually trying to tell you. So if you really want to continue the conversation, so first of all you need to calm down yourself before continuing a conversation in order to avoid any kind of conflict or misunderstanding. Number 2 is lack of focus or concentration. Like for example, if you are multitasking, for example, if you're talking to someone and at the same time you're also using your mobile phone or watching something on television, so you cannot focus on what is being said. So if you really want to communicate effectively, so first of all, you have to be focused or you have to avoid any kind of distractions. If you will not be focused in the conversation, so you will gonna miss some of the very important point in the conversation, and that is the non-verbal cues. Very soon afterwards in the video, I will gonna tell you that what are basically non-verbal cues and how much important they are. So you cannot miss them. So that's why you have to stay focused and you have to avoid all sources of distractions. Number 3, inconsistent body language. Like for example, whatever I am saying, so my words and my body language, my posture or my non-verbal clues, they should be linked or synced with each other. For example, if they are not synced with each other, so my listener would gonna have this idea that maybe I'm being dishonest with my words or the information that I'm providing. So your words and your body language or your non-verbal clues, they should be linked or matched with each other. Number 4, take pauses. When you are speaking with someone, so you have to take some appropriate and some important pauses, because when we are speaking, so at the same time we are giving lots of the information to our listener. And for example, if you are not taking necessary pauses, so it means that you are not giving enough or proper time to your listener to completely understand or grasp the information that you are providing to that person. So that's why you can speak fluently, you can speak fast as well, but at the same time, you have to take some necessary pauses in between your lines so that it would be very easy for your listener to completely understand your point of view. Tip number 2. You have to become an effective and very active listener. What do we mean by that? When we try to have communication with someone or any kind of conversation, so we most of the time try to focus on what should we say. However, effective communication is more of listening and less of speaking. It means that when you are trying to communicate with someone, so you have to pay attention or you have to be a very good and active listener, because it will definitely gonna allow you to understand what is being said to you. Obviously, you will get the clear and complete message, and at the same time, you will also understand what are some of the emotions behind that message. So it means that being an active listener will gonna allow you in both of the ways, or it will benefit you in both of the ways. You will get the point, you will get the message, and at the same time, you will understand the emotions behind the message. Or we can say that you would be able to have a good relationship with that person. Obviously, there is a lot of difference between simple hearing and an active listener. For example, if you're using your mobile phone and if I'm saying something to you, so you are listening to me and you will get the message. But if you're being an active listener, so whatever I am saying to you or I'm speaking, so you will not only get the message, but you will actually understand my emotions behind the message, or you will actually hear some subtle intonations in my voice as well that will gonna allow you to understand my intentions, my emotions behind the message, and obviously in that way we will be able to have a very good and a strong bond. What are some of the tips to become an active listener? Number one, just try to focus. Whatever you are doing, using your mobile phone, watching something on television, watching news, reading a newspaper, reading a book, whatever you are doing, you just need to keep it aside and you just need to focus on whatever is being said by the other person to you. Number two, you can show your interest. Like for example, if you're talking with someone, so you can smile at them. Or you can actually give some short verbal comments as well. Like for example, yeah, okay, I get your point. So these are some of the ways through which you can actually show your interest. And most importantly, through your posture. Like for example, if you are just sitting, so you need to sit straight. You need to just make an eye contact with the person. So all these small things will actually gonna make the other person feel like you are being an active listener and you are actually listening to the problem. The third one, which is according to me the most important one, and that is try not to be judgmental. To the person with whom you are talking right now about any person, about any subject, any topic, that person is basically venting out right now. So you just need to be that person who is listening to the problem or is listening to the person. You do not need to give your unwanted advices to the person. Unsolicited advices? No, you are not supposed to give them. Similarly, it's not necessary, it's not important that you have to agree with that person all the time. No, situations are different, people are different, their opinions are different. So you can be agree or disagree with the person, but try not to give your opinion to that person who is actually talking to you right now. So just listen and just leave it. Tip number 3. Pay attention to non-verbal signals or clues, like the way you look, you listen, you move, you react. They all will gonna tell each and everything about your feeling, like how are you and what are you feeling right now to the other person with whom you are talking. Your body language, the tone of your voice, your posture, your eye contact will gonna tell the other person that how are you feeling, whether you are interested to continue the conversation or not. Understanding non-verbal clues or signals can actually help you to understand the person fully or completely. And eventually you would be able to have good relationship with that person as well. Like for example, if you're standing, so your arm should be uncrossed. Similarly, if you're standing, so you should be straight, you should be firm with open stance. There are many signals out there, like for example, if you're talking with someone, so you should maintain proper eye contact, shows that you are interested to continue the conversation. Similarly, for example, if I'm blinking a lot, or for example, while talking to you, if I'm looking here and there, so it means that I'm no longer interested in the conversation, or I would rather stop it. For example, if a person is blinking his or her eyes a lot, or for example, if he's looking here and there while talking, so it means that he is actually finding the topic very boring or tedious or dull. So you can instantly change the topic. So if you can get the non-verbal signals or clues from the person, so it would be very easy for both of you to continue the conversation on some another topic, and it would be good for both of you because eventually you will have a good relationship in the end. Number 4, keep your stress in check. Like how many times has it happened with you that you were stressed out and you had an argument with someone, and during the argument you said something which was actually wrong, but later on afterwards you regretted it. I guess it happens with everyone, at least it happens with me a lot. But what if you can quickly relieve your stress and revert back to the calmer state, or you will calm down yourself? Obviously it would be good for both of you. How? Because in that way you would be able to calm down yourself and you would actually gonna help out the other person as well, to the other person, to the second person with whom you are talking, to make them calm as well. So it would be overall good for both of you. So it means that you have to manage your anxiety or your stress before speaking or continue the conversation. Now you can do, or you can actually manage your stress in multiple ways. Number 1 is take pause. Like it's not necessary that you have to give response all the time. Like if you want to continue the conversation and if you have to give your responses, but you are assuming that you are stressed out or you are in the state of anger. So first of all, you need to take pause. You need to calm down yourself, and then you need to think that now what should I say? And then you can continue. Number 2, Wrap up with a summary and then stop. Like, for example, if you're having an argument or any kind of discussion with a person, and according to you, all of your reasonings they are actually going to the wind, and the person is not understanding your point of view. So, you are not supposed to continue the conversation with that person. It means that you just need to wrap up the overall discussion, give a summary to that person, and then just simply stop and leave. No matter if this somebody will gonna leave that person in the state of like, excuse me, like what happened, you are not listening to me, or for example if there would be a silence in the room, that's okay, you are not responsible to fill the silence. Just give a summary and then stop. And the third one, which is the most effective one, and it is one of my favorites, and that is always find a joke or a humor in that intense situation. For example, if you're having conversation with someone and the conversation is actually very intense or very serious, but you already have a very good and a strong relationship with that person, so you can always find a way to lighten the situation. Like for example, you can always crack a joke about anything about the situation, just to lighten the situation, because in that way you would be able to just relieve your stress, and when you relieve your stress, so overall it will actually calm down the other person and the situation as well. Tip number 5, the most important one: assert yourself. Assertion simply means that you need to fully express yourself. What are you thinking? How are you feeling? What are your thoughts? What are your ideas about it? You need to respect yourself. You need to stand for yourself. And at the same time, you need to respect others as well. Assertions can actually make the overall communication and the discussion very effective, because if the other person is getting the idea what you're actually talking about, your thoughts, your visions, your ideas are crystal clear to the other person, so it would be obviously very easy for the other person to understand your point of view. You need to respect yourself. You need to clearly express yourself in terms of thoughts, in terms of your ideas, in terms of your feelings. You can actually improve your assertiveness in multiple ways. Like for example, you can actually value yourself. You can respect yourself. You can value your opinions. Yes, I do have an opinion. I respect myself. I stand for myself. I stand for my opinions. And my opinions are actually equally important as anyone's else. So yes, I do respect them. You need to learn how to express your negative thoughts and your negative emotions in the positive way. Like for example, if you are angry, majority of the people feel or think that being an angry person is not a good thing. Why not? We are human beings. They all are emotions. We are human beings. We could be sad, we could be happy, we could be angry, we could be excited, we could be anything, right? It's okay to feel in that way if you are angry. But at the same time, you need to express it in a positive way. Like for example, you can say that I'm angry and I am choosing not to talk to anyone because I have to and I will respect everyone. So it means that it's okay to be angry, but at the same time, you have to be respectful to other people as well. Always receive feedbacks positively. Like for example, if I did something, it was good, you're complimenting me, I'm receiving your compliments graciously. Similarly, if I did something wrong and according to you it was not good, it was wrong, and it was actually wrong, and you are giving me negative compliment or negative feedback, or like something that you actually want me to correct it, so that's a good thing. So I will gonna accept it. I will gonna receive it positively. So you have to basically work on your self-esteem. You have to accept all types of the feedbacks very positively. And the last one, learn to say no. Most important one, once again. You cannot let the other person take advantage of your habit of always saying yes, and you are like always available to that person. No, you can't do that. You have to take a stand for yourself. Like for example, if you are occupied and you don't have time, so you are not supposed to overburdenize yourself with lots of the responsibilities. No, you are a human being and you have a limited time. Time is a resource, right? You cannot waste it on those people who don't deserve it. So you have to learn how to say no to people. So that was it for today, guys. Like in this video, I shared 5 practical and easy tips with you. I actually provided you some of the solutions as well, that how you can actually work upon these tips. So if you really like this video and if you found this video helpful, so please do not forget to like, comment and share this video with your friends and with your family members. And if you want more content like this, English, communication skills, or like mental health or topics like this, so please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay tuned for more. Thank you so much for watching.